After the monthly gauge showed inflation has slowed to just 5.6%, money markets suggest interest rates will be left on hold when the Reserve Bank Board meets next week. But according to the world's most senior central bankers, the bias will be, and is right now, still for rates to rise to crush inflation.
We'll decide on a meeting-by-meeting basis, but we know that we have ground to cover. And if our baseline stands, then we also know that we will very likely hike again in July.
Well, Christine Lagarde and the European Central Bank hosted that conference where there was a consistent message that the fight against inflation is not yet over.
Well, by the way, I mean, the market, I don't think thinks we're nearly done at the moment. I mean, they've got a number of further increases priced in for us. My response to that will be, well, we'll see, because we are, as we were saying earlier, we're essentially evidence-driven in that sense. So, yeah, we'll make our decisions based on that.
And most influential of all those central bankers is the US Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, who says, just like here in Australia, the strong labour market and wage rises continue to drive underlying inflation and therefore interest rates as well.
Really, policy hasn't been restrictive for very long. We started at negative real interest rates, and we've now moved up to where we actually are in restrictive territory, but we haven't been there very long. So we believe there's more restriction coming. And what's really driving it, to Andrew's point and Christine's as well, is very strong labor market. We've got a labor market that, where jobs are being created, there's strong wage gains, and that's driving spending, driving real incomes and driving spending, which is driving more demand and continuing to drive labor market. So the labor market is really pulling the economy.
Here in Australia, the ASX rate predictor now suggests there's just a 16% chance of a rate rise next Tuesday. That compares with a 51% chance, pretty much 50-50. That was on Monday last week.